life is a journey. If you don't try, you're never going to know, to say the least, right? And in life, there are going to be a lot of things that we want to do, and we simply don't because we feel like we can't, or we feel like we are not quite ready. And the truth is that, to be honest, no one is really 100% fully ready, unless, of course, they have a lot of experience from the past, and they developed a certain skill set. That's a different conversation, a different topic. But for those of you wanting to start something, you are never going to be fully 100% ready. Or for those of you who started something, but maybe you want to take a different path with whatever it is that you started. Maybe you started, I'll give you a great example. I started entrepreneurship in 2018. And long story short is I graduated high school in 2017, received my high school diploma, I went to college for 2 semesters. First semester ended up getting sick. Long story short, ended up having to, because I was in the hospital, I was dropped from all my classes. So I decided, okay, second semester, because if I happen to get sick, I wanted to be able to still pursue that direction, that current plan. And second semester, I decided to do online. For me personally, it wasn't for me. Long story short, dropped out. 2 months later, I think I dropped out that January. I think it was February, maybe January. Anyhow, ended up dropping out. Pursued entrepreneurship because it's something about having a business and a company always excited me. I love to build things. I like to create things. Even when I reflect back from when I was little, I used to love building, I used to love building things with like Lincoln Logs and things like that. Anyhow, in life, the reason why I brought up entrepreneurship is because my current plan was to have this huge, big e-commerce store brand. And I did pursue e-commerce, and I did do it. I did do fairly well. For someone who started out, I did do pretty well for myself. Long story short, wasn't for me, just because as I started to grow, a lot of the things started to become a bit too much because of my circumstances with my disability. And I wasn't quite in the position to really delegate some processes. Anyhow, so I ended up doing that. And what came next? Then I started doing YouTube. I started doing YouTube. Fast forward like several years later. Anyhow, update to now to 2023. 5 years has passed. If you don't try, you're never going to know. If I never tried 5 years ago entering entrepreneurship, I would have never gotten the experience I had. I would have never got to experience the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything else that came in between. Not just with my entrepreneurship journey, but with my personal journey as well, my own personal life. It's been a long road. It's been a very long path. The thing that I want to say is it has been 5 years, and I just reflected on this about 2-3 weeks ago, probably about a month by the time this video uploads. I was reflecting, wow, I've been in this game for like 5 years. In the game, I mean this entrepreneurship journey. And I've learned quite a lot, and I'm very grateful for every experience and the part of the journey. But what I'm trying to say here, and I hope I am able to get across, is that if you don't try, you're never going to know. See, if I never tried entrepreneurship, I would have never got to experience. I would have not got to experience everything I have experienced but I wouldn't have the skill set and the knowledge and to say the least, the life experiences that it had brought me just within this journey, just within this entrepreneurial journey. I started including life experiences and those teachings. This is just entrepreneurship. So if you're someone who wants to try something and you don't know if it is going to be worth it, or you just don't know if it is going to be worth it, give it a shot. Try it out. Why? Because you just might find yourself falling in love with whatever it is you set out to try. And even if you happen to change paths, those experiences are never wasted, because you have something that you can take with you forever, which is experience. You can never ever go wrong when it comes to experience, whether it's a good experience or a bad experience, because with both, there's something to be learned. And I wanted to mention that, give it a shot. You're never going to know if you don't try. You are never going to know if you don't try. So give it a shot. And again, there's no such thing as a good or bad experience, because both experiences will teach you something that can benefit you in the long run. Although I may not be quite in this building online stores into the e-commerce industry and selling digital products and handling with suppliers and online marketing and things like that, I have all of that knowledge. I have all of that experience. I learned copywriting within the process because of my e-commerce experience of me starting. Because of that experience, I was able to utilize what I was taught within that experience to help me create my own website. Why? Because I had the knowledge, the skill set to do so. So know that anything in life, if you're going to remember anything from this video, know that anything in life is ever a waste when it comes to you investing in yourself. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.